Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. It is, of course, Andrew Patnold. It's Thursday, January 2nd, 2014. And for those of you who had not watched my video yesterday, or two of my videos yesterday, Happy New Year. Alright, well, actually, just before I move on here, and I want to sort of explain myself, explain my channel, and one of my New Year's resolutions for this year is to do more video vlogs and to be able to come out and speak my thoughts on what is going on in the world, what is going on financially, what is going on geopolitically, and do the best that I can to analyze news for you. I myself have really enjoyed going out and watching some of the other video vlogs that are on YouTube, so I sort of want to kind of do the same thing here, as well as to, try to help people out whichever way I can by going out and talking about these news stories. So let's go ahead and just furthermore, that's pretty much the direction of this channel, is to go out and just talk about the news basically. But I just want to make sure I can get that out of the way, just in case if you're watching this and you're like, oh, what's this channel really all about? Well, that's what it really is all about. It's just news-oriented content that I'm trying to present. Oh, excuse me. Now, let's go ahead, and now that I had gotten that out of the way and talked about what direction this channel is going into, let's go ahead and talk about some Obamacare news, because, of course, we've already known that some of this information was already going to come out, since that's exactly what this law is designed to do. Let me go ahead and read the headline of this article. This article comes from investmentwatchblog.com. Oh, excuse me, one second. I just brushed my teeth, so I got cotton mouth. Just so you know, if I'm mispronouncing anything, it's just because of what that is. But anyways, it's investmentwatchblog.com, and this site, I like this site, but I hate this site at the same time, because there are a lot of things within this site that I believe is used to sort of fearmonger people, and that's not what I'm about, and that's something that I can't stand. But sometimes I think what's really important is to read the information that's within the articles rather than who is posting the articles, because sometimes on websites like this, or websites like beforeitsnews.com, they will post stuff that's absolutely outrageous, and it's like run for the hills, pretty much, the boy who cried wolf. But then they'll post some good quality content every once in a while, and this is the case for this website. Here's the article. It begins, Obamacare rings in New Year with more mayhem, more cancellations than enrollments. Hospital workers go unpaid. Now let me go ahead and continue reading on here. I'm going to read the news headlines that they have. Or, I'm sorry, not headlines, but news bits that they quote here. According to the CEO, Jason Leday, more than 150 employees haven't been paid in nearly a month. I understand that they have children, and the house payment bill is not getting paid as well. Nearby resident Teresa Gutierrez said, the hospital is strapped for cash, not because it's not making money, but because Leday says a new Medicare payment facilitator named Novitas Solutions is taking too way long to pay out Medicare claims to the hospital. I don't know, that kind of weird. Let me go ahead and repeat that. The hospital is strapped for cash, not because it's not making money, but because Leday says a new Medicare payment facilitator named Novitas Solutions is taking too way long to pay out Medicare claims to the hospital. Yeah. That had to have been some sort of typo or something. That read really weird. But anyways, you get the point. Now, let me go ahead and just read some of the articles that this blog links to. You got it linking to theweeklystandard.com, and under the blog section, Minnesota CBS local, so the local CBS News for Minnesota. You got the dailycaller.com who's reporting on this. You have freebeacon.com. You have the Daily Caller once again, so they link the Daily Caller twice here. So these are the sources that they're using to report on this. Now, we all knew this was going to happen. Okay, we all knew. I mean, for those of us who've learned that or have understood that Obama himself is a scam artist, he's sort of similar to the scam artist out in Nigeria that sends out an email and says, "I'm this poor old man in Nigeria who needs money. Can you front me some cash here? I need money to feed my family." And then you do it, and they're like, "Well, I need more money," and you keep doing it. The cycle sort of rinses and repeats itself, and that's exactly what Obama is he's that guy, literally and figuratively, of course. You see it with Obamacare, and you also see it with the NDAA. Oh, I'm not going to sign it. Oh, wait, I am going to sign it, but I'm not going to use some portions of it, the indefinite detention of American citizens. Well, we're not going to do that. We'll sign it, but we're not going to do that. I'm not going to use that law. And then, of course, history repeats itself. What we've seen in Nazi Germany, what we saw back in, maybe the Soviet Union under Stalin, is now being attempted here in America under the NDAA. So that's another one of those bills, including Obamacare. Now, of course, Obamacare, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Here's another article that I can think of on top of my head, is that more and more kids are actually refusing to pay into Obamacare, and because more and more children or young adults are refusing to pay into Obamacare, then Obamacare can't survive, because you can't subsidize all the older, sicker people who do have Obamacare or have some sort of subsidized health insurance. So anyways, that's that article. Now let me go ahead and give you an update on gold and silver, which I think is very, very important. Now, the other day I gave an update and I said, breaking news, gold is up and silver is up, and it sort of went up in a matter of seconds. I forgot how many points gold and silver gained, but it was a pretty substantial amount for the time between looking at the screen, between updates. So let's look at gold and silver now. Gold, as of right now, it's 5:42 p.m. Eastern Local Standard Time. Gold is $12.23.13. Silver is $20.08, $20.08, and gold is $12.23.13. So there's your gold and silver update. Of course, it's interesting that gold and silver had started the new year on the upward trend, since many forecasters like Jim Sinclair and many others as well have been predicting gold and silver to have a big year this year. And in addition to that, Goldman Sachs has even come out and said that they're expecting gold and silver to have an upward or to go upwards this year. So of course, expect gold and silver to continue this trend, but also expect down some backwardation as well. So don't just expect it to go up and keep going up, because at some point it's got to go down. And I've learned that from experience, and I'm sure many of you who do hold physical gold and silver, and even hold the paper version of it as well, probably have learned that the hard way too. So basically, that's all I really have. Let me just go ahead and give you a further update on the storm here. I do live in the eastern part of the United States. I live in Massachusetts. We're pretty much right in the middle of the storm, heart of the storm. They said the storm would pick up around 4 o'clock, which it did. It is starting to accumulate. The local news is saying it's going to be about an inch and a half per hour as we continue on to the night, and the snow, of course, will start to taper off sometime tomorrow morning. In the meanwhile, let me actually, as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and hop over to Drudge, because DrudgeReport.com has some updates. Very interesting updates here, I believe. Alright, here we go. Meteorologists exposed to skin could freeze in 15 minutes. That's one headline. De Blasio, stay home tonight. Declared state of emergency. Cuomo closes highways. 1,400 flights stopped. Radar, which obviously it links to weather.com or something like that. I haven't clicked on it yet, so I'm assuming, but we're expecting up to 14 inches in Boston, and we're expecting a pretty massive winter storm in New York City, so there's a warning issued there. Of course, right in the middle of DrudgeReport.com, headline, NSA building computer to crack all encryptions. That was another interesting headline right there. Obama's half-brother floored about presidents lying about meeting him. Radio legend Bob Grant dead. Saudi sentenced to jail lashes over Twitter libel. A Chinese consulate and then San Fran damage in the arson attack. Census. D.C. severance dominated the wealthiest list. Deadly swine virus sweeping U.S. Pork prices set to surge. California illegal immigrants can get law license. State Supreme Court rules. And my personal favorite, the New Year downer. The Dow Jones had experienced a not necessarily backwardation. That's really mainly referring to gold and silver because there's so much demand and yet the prices are going down with gold and silver. That's what backwardation is. What we're seeing in the Dow Jones is we're seeing a pullback. So very interesting here. CNN slides to a 20-year low in prime time. Another headline there. Duck Dynasty releases own line of guns. O.J. Simpson says he has brain cancer, begs for clemency so he can die at home. Very interesting stuff. New York Times come in from cold. Military drones to make own decisions during missions. And it just goes on. It absolutely does go on and on and on. But of course, this is DrudgeReport.com. Here's another big story. That China Walmart surprise. How did Fox Meat get into donkey products? Well, doesn't that seem to happen all over the place? It doesn't just happen here in the United States. It happens in China too. It happens all over the world where you get big agriculture coming in and mass producing these meats or products, and then the products that they're selling, they have to knowingly be selling this stuff to people because they sell the meat cheaper, but because the meat is cheaper, it's not necessarily safe to consume, but they sell it cheaper and try to make a massive amount of profits that way. At least that's my speculation on that whole thing. It's, of course, just speculation. I'm not really all that knowledgeable in terms of agriculture, but I believe that's pretty much why there's very little oversight in food production. Alright, I'm going to go ahead. Here's even more healthcare headlines. Obamacare rings the new year with more mayhem. Still more cancellations than enrollments. Poll 59% report negative experience. New taxes, fees. More hurdles to come. Professor blames Southern white radicals. Frustrated patients walk out of hospitals without treatment. That, of course, that headline in particular is red linked, and it should be. Cheerleader learns she can't afford coverage for herself, toddler, son. Study ER costs to increase. And of course, again, with healthcare, it just goes on and on. So I'm going to have to go ahead and end this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Take care, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.